Hello, Miscarriage Moms. It's me, Michelle L. Myers, and I wanted to sit and just take a moment. I did a lot of work with encouraging all sorts of different groups today, and this evening I thought, you know what? I didn't get a chance to talk to miscarriage moms and their families, angel families, and talk about trauma in regard to dealing with the coronavirus and all the outfall from just the panic that's happening in some areas and all the other things that go along with it. I know some people would say, well, what in the world does miscarriage and child loss have to do with the coronavirus? It can be dangerous to people who have experienced trauma because of the traumatic panic that can sometimes happen in our communities as well as just in a person themselves. Because once you've experienced one trauma, whenever something else stressful comes along, it can kind of exacerbate those feelings of anxiety and those feelings of terror. One thing that is really consistent amongst people who have unfortunately experienced a miscarriage or early pregnancy or late pregnancy loss, just a loss, miscarriage, gestational loss. I like to say gestational death. Well, one thing is you have a feeling of helplessness when that happens. You know, everybody, we get pregnant, you expect to have a baby, that doesn't happen, and you are just, your world is traumatized. So when something else that's also traumatic happens, then you have what's called I call it like a coupling. It kind of links together in whatever traumatic has happened to you in the past. When there's an anxiety and a worry or just something overwhelming beyond your control that happens, then it feels as if that other bad thing that happened is happening all over again sometimes. People will start to have reoccurring nightmares of their miscarriage or the things surrounding their loss simply over the fact that the world is catching this virus. People will sometimes not even understand, it's like, what does that even correlate? And it's just simply because you had something that happened to you basically against your will. We have lots of women on the page that have also unfortunately been survivors of sexual assault, rape, trauma. They will sometimes find that they have the same feeling about losing their baby as they do from whenever they were assaulted. It all has to do with how your mind remembers and how your body remembers things that happen to you when they are traumatic and against what your desire is. Do not beat yourself up if you're already dealing with anxiety and already dealing with depression. And now that the coronavirus is going across the world and coming up in communities, now you're kind of feeling that same feeling again. One thing is, this too shall pass. The virus, as long as what you are feeling. But if you need some extra help and you're having trouble truly feeling at ease or feeling at peace because of all that is going on right now, there's nothing to be ashamed of with that. Everyone is just doing the very best they can. And right now, if you already have a pre-existing condition of anxiety or depression or mood disorder or post-traumatic stress disorder, or you don't even have to officially be diagnosed, if you are just struggling with anxiety and other things since your loss, the news of the virus is upsetting you and it's just really overwhelming you because you just can't deal with one more thing. You were already barely holding on and then now it's like, great, now I can't even go to the grocery store for toilet paper and water, and people are acting crazy and life just seems to be getting really bad. And sometimes people can deal and go into a dark depression about this, or they can even become where they would rather feel like their life is just, they can't take it anymore. And you do have thoughts of suicide and you do have thoughts of just needing a break out of what's going on. Please know that you're not crazy and that you definitely should reach out to someone in your family or a friend at church, you're meeting spiritual person, somebody. Reach out to someone and let them know that you're overwhelmed and what you're feeling. But also know that what you're feeling, even if you're overwhelmed, isn't silly, it's not stupid. Some of you have other health issues that you are very concerned about with catching even the flu and other viruses that are going around about this time of year. I want to tell you and encourage you that you are strong and you're resilient. And even for those of you who think, I cannot do one more thing beyond my control, that bad's happening, you've made it this far because of who you are. You've made it this far because inside of you is something that survives, and it's a presence and a spirit inside of you, the human spirit of survival and going forward. You are mothers of angels, beautiful babies that could not stay here with us on earth, and that's hard. There are things that upset you and you're not even sure why they upset you sometimes. But in regard to the virus that's going around and all the stresses that are coming with it, take it day by day and don't beat yourselves up. Continue to heal, continue to express yourself authentically about your child loss, as well as everything else that's going on. And I promise you, if you just talk about it, stay away from the news if the news is making you even more nervous. Stay away from people who are negative, whether it be about politics and all this other stuff. Take care of you. So I'll talk to you all really soon. Love, love, love. Michelle. Good night.